Little tired kitty. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm
How
feeling
are
like that kitty this morning.
you? We're going to talk coffee and conspiracies. I've got my giant coffee cup that's almost as big as my head.
That's the only way it should be.
Size matters. Nobody wants a small cup of coffee.
What is your cup, Moxie? Is it
It's
like
an octopus?
Oh, it's an octopus.
It's my Kraken.
That's your Kraken. That's hilarious. Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
Yeah, anybody that's joining us this early in the morning, who knows? Maybe they'll watch it later. But Carrie, how are you this morning?
I'm doing very well. I've been up since 4:30, so I have.
Okay, that's crazy.
My second cup.
That's your second cup?
Yeah. Cheers.
How about you? Are you rested up, Moxie?
No. How are you feeling, Rose?
So, yeah, I swear people don't believe me, but this is what I look like in the morning. This is the kitty that resembles me. This is what my hair looked like this morning. And hey, Herbie's here in YouTube.
Herbie.
Hey, Herbie.
Yeah, good morning, Herbie.
Herbie woke up. He was not
really... He was tired. Herbie, I hope you're rested up. So, yeah, we're going to just continue our discussion on AI. There's so much to cover with it. And I wanted to show folks, how there are tools out there for some of the more fun stuff. But yeah, there's other interesting, crazy tools as well. And we didn't get a chance to cover it because we were over an hour in our last session. Anyway, so I thought I'd share some of them. I had said, I use a narrator tool that I cloned my own voice to see what that was like. So I've got that pulled up. I made sure you couldn't see my personal information. But Herbie says he finally got his sleep. Thank goodness. I hope you're well rested today, Herbie.
Thanks for getting up to hang out, Herbie.
Yeah, thank you. I used one of your videos for our morning post this morning on Telegram. Herbie has a channel called Blazing Animals. Y'all should go check it out. It's amazing. So yeah, with that, I will. Actually, I need to present a different screen. So sorry about that. I had to get that kitty video. The kitty video. Let me see what screen I want to share because I want to start going over some of these tools and see what you all think. So I'll pull up my browser here. Let me see. There are so many tools. Should I start with the narrator tool that can mimic your voice?
Yes, please.
Should I start with that?
Yes.
I've got so many
Riddle us.
Oh no,
it
poor
is
Herbie.
interesting. I'll have to copy paste some kind of text in there. Where is it? Sorry, I just have so many things. All right. I'm going to share my screen now. So, yeah, let me go on Telegram and copy maybe I'll copy the post where I was announcing that we're having the show. That's what I'll do. I'm going to copy this text.
And is it on YouTube, just by the way?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We're on Rumble. Oh yeah, yesterday in chat, I posted that we were going to have this show today, and Herbie thought he missed it. He
Oh,
thought it
no.
was yesterday morning, and I didn't understand that. And he's like, I'm gonna go hide and go watch it now. And I'm like, what are you watching now? I didn't know what he was talking
Oh
about.
my gosh.
Poor
All right.
Herbie.
Yeah, here's a text. I'm just this is what I posted on Telegram. I've got a cloned Nevs. There's a voice Anna. Actually, I'll use different voices and then I'll show you the one that cloned me. So it takes a little minute to generate. Hopefully my
Hey friends, whether you enjoy coffee, tea, or something else in the morning, we hope you'll join us tomorrow morning.
I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear it? I don't know if
I
I
can.
added audio. Oh, you can? Okay.
Yep.
Where we have part 2 of our episode 20 on artificial intelligence. We'll have fun going through some of the AI tools available today. I hope you can join us. QWP's Coffee and
So you can see that's Anna. You can use like a Arnold. Let's try Arnold. I can regenerate. I don't know.
Hey friends, whether you enjoy coffee, tea, or something else in the morning, we hope you'll join us tomorrow morning where we have part 2 of our episode 20 on artificial intelligence.
Kind of cool. So that's the voice I have.
Hold on a sec.
Huh?
Is that supposed to be your voice?
No.
I just want to make sure.
I'm going to show you mine after, but that's the same voice that Arnold that I use for this.
Now that is a good question worth pondering.
So Arnold is our good question worth pondering voice. I'm just showing you the different ones. Some of them are good. Some of them are not so good.
We'll have fun going through some of the AI tools.
Whoops. So some, but they sound super realistic, which is
Hey
crazy.
friends, whether you enjoy coffee, tea, or something else in the morning, we hope you'll join us tomorrow morning where we have part 2 of our episode 20 on artificial intelligence.
She sounds more like a Disney voice or something. But let me play my cloned Nev's voice. Let's generate Nevs. You ready?
Ready.
I'm scared.
Hey friends, whether you enjoy coffee, tea, or something else in the morning, we hope you'll join us tomorrow morning where we have part 2 of our episode 20 on artificial intelligence. Part 2 of episode 20 of artificial intelligence. Does that sound like me?
Kind of.
Yes, I think so. That was crazy.
Yeah. So I do think it's a little crazy, but I have a lot of different tools. But the thing of it is with these voice generated ones, like you're not supposed to. You're supposed to say, you know, I have authority to use this voice, the voices that you're cloning. But honestly, people can clone any public figure's voice, and they sound pretty realistic when they do that, you know. So I know people do a lot of memes and stuff with famous people and that kind of stuff. So that's one of the tools. There's another. I'll go ahead and bring this back up.
Well, there was something I sent for last, even though I couldn't join y'all last episode, but it's showed a female artist, and AI created her song, and she thought it was pretty amazing. So they can even, you know, create music or copy.
Yep, I've got I think Google has a music one that they're working on as well. It's going to be one of the tools that I bring up.
Okay.
But you can also ask AI to create a picture for you. So I'm going to bring up that. This is called Pick Finder. It's pickfinder.ai. They have like a prompt where you first put in the text for it. And sorry, I don't have you guys on there. Like it says, try funky cat wearing a monocle, or something like that. So what kind of picture would you like me to ask the Pick Finder to create for us?
Oh, goodness.
I like that funky cat with a monocle.
You want me just to try that one?
Sure, why not?
So did you see how fast that was?
Yeah.
And look at how many images it created.
And there's not a monocle in sight.
Yeah. Where's the monocle?
Yeah, there isn't a monocle.
So it doesn't understand what that is. Interesting.
Yeah.
There are limitations to AI.
There are wearing a cowboy hat. How about that? You know what would be, oh, see, now it did do that. That's interesting. Yeah. You know what would be more interesting is a sunflower wearing a cowboy hat. Makes me think of Carrie. That's
Yeah,
why.
I was like, are you? Am I being teased here?
See, if you ever wanted to create a special avatar that just represents you.
I'm gonna have to steal that.
Yeah, or you could do let's try a frog drinking
That
coffee.
one right down there in the corner, the bottom left corner, that looks like Carrie.
Yeah.
This one?
Yep.
This one? Oh. Yeah, so you could do memes, so you can actually, like, AI is kind of cool for fun things. Okay, the frog drinking coffee is kind of weird.
Extra eyes.
Well, that's what AI is maturing, but that's what it does, right? Like this one on the right could be kind of cute, like a good morning, drinking coffee, or so, or this one in the middle here, just hanging on to a cup of coffee.
What
So
if you entered Pepe drinking coffee? See if it knows who Pepe is.
So you know what? These AI tools, I think. I'm out of free images. I've got other ones just like this. So I didn't know I had a limit. I didn't create an account or anything. Then there's ChatGPT 4, of course, that we already covered ChatGPT, but that's another one. It's at chat.openai.com. And there's one called HeyGen, a spokesperson video generator, where you can have a spokesperson like do an ad for you. So I'll play this real quick. Oh, I thought they were going to show you one of their AIs. But yeah, you can create spokesperson videos. Now, HeyGen is not that great. You can still tell it's a bot, but some of them, man, I have to tell you, look realistic. And I've got one in here somewhere. As I go through my list, we'll see the more realistic one. I wonder if it's here. No, that's the same. That's the same one. Here's a gaming. here's a meme that has Biden and Trump in a video game. I love it. It's hilarious.
We are in an age where we are learning that AI can do anything, from creating highly realistic images to writing articles,
and now generating very realistic speech that mimics the voices of recognizable figures.
Figures like, say, U.S. presidents, for example.
Of course, every new technology will inevitably be used for memes, hence the AI president's gaming trend. See, recently, creators have been posting videos featuring the AI-generated voices of presidents and other celebrities, often having them speaking as if playing an intense video game.
In 2021, YouTuber Genie Boy posted a video titled Walt Jr. and Donald Trump Play Warzone. This was before the AI voice boom, and the creators had to use their own voices, impersonating me, Donald Trump, as well as Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad.
And in 2023, the concept was upgraded with the use of AI technology when TikToker Just Paid Twitch uploaded a video depicting Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, George W. Bush, and myself, Barack Obama, to play Halo 3 together using an AI voice generator.
Other creators began posting similar content, some featuring the voices of other celebrities like me, Joe Rogan.
It's interesting what they can do now. It is. You can make memes. Yeah. let's see what else I got. Here we go. Have you guys seen some of those memes where they're like, there was one, I thought this was the video. So, where Trump and Biden are playing a video game fighting each other.
I've never seen any of this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a lot of tools. So this one is called Be Human. It's at behuman.ai. I'll just play this quick.
You're facing in business today.
Getting the customer's attention. I mean, how do I stay relevant? I feel like our brand gets drowned out by all the noise.
Customer expectation that clones your face and voice and then generates thousands of video messages for you. There are just 2 simple steps. First, record a template video. Be Human then creates hyper-personalized videos that look and feel completely real, so you can communicate at scale. Now send video messages wherever your customers are. Email, SMS, LinkedIn, social media, and more. Connect with clients in a human way they're going to actually care about.
So here's what it does. You create a video and then it plays your video. But then when you want to send like an email blast out to all of your clients or your followers, it will personalize the video and say, "Hi, Carrie." So the AI takes over part of the video and creates your voice and face as when it uses the personal name, and then it goes back to your normal video where you're talking to your audience. It's kind of interesting what they're doing. So for business, it puts like a personal touch on those things, kind of like when you send an email blast. If anybody's in business, if you use like MailChimp or something, you can say hello, and then you say, put in somebody's first name, and it'll say, "Hello, Carrie, and welcome to whatever." So it's the same thing, only with video.
But is it a personal touch? I'm going to be the devil's advocate here today. I know this is all fun and
Yeah, no, be the devil's advocate.
Is it a personal touch, or would the actual human being be better? I mean, just asking.
It's a good question. Some people might not think. Oh, 50 Cubes on Rumble. Yeah. Hello. Hi, Inspector. But yes.
Thanks for joining us, friend.
Yeah. Thank you for having coffee and conspiracies with us. But yeah, I agree. I thought the same thing when they had the mail merge kind of stuff going on with email marketing. Mm-hmm. They try to say it's a personal touch, but it's inserted by the computer.
Yeah. And it's really, can I just share? Because I was reading, I wasn't reading the book. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I don't think I would want to, but Yuval Harari, y'all know who that is. At the World Economic Forum. He's like
and Klaus Schwab's
chief
advisor.
So he wrote a book called Homo Deus, which is God-man, and it proposes technology to realize the transhumanism, right? I mean, we know that that's where they want to take it, and so this new creature that they envision would move beyond humanity and blending technology and machinery in the human body. And so, I don't know, it just seems like these are great tools. They can be very helpful, like you said, in business, but it's moving us in a direction that is not really, it's I know it's a little bit of a leap, but that is their agenda. And in that book, 2 of the agendas are to overcome death through technology.
Yeah, they want the do you remember the immortality?
Yeah, they're obsessed with it. And to advance human happiness, and that I think is the lie, through technology. How is that going to? So it's going to be easier for business. It's going to be faster.
Well, you know what they do? They sell a lot of the stuff they're trying to push forward through saying things will be more convenient for you.
Exactly.
Or it'll keep you safer.
Yeah.
Safety and convenience are how they sell these things.
Exactly.
And people actually buy into it.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah. And I
You
know
know.
y'all mentioned it before, there's it's meant for good, but they use it for evil. But my real concern is the types of research which are incorporating the technology into the human body. I know
I've got stuff that I'm bringing up about that too, because
Okay.
they're trying to no, I want you to continue. I'm not telling you to stop. I want you to continue your thought. But one of the things, and I don't, because I'm going through a list, I don't know where it is on my list here, but is trying to read people's minds.
Oh yeah, yeah, and so with that technology to put it in us and upload contents of the human mind into the machine, into the AI, that's all. You could see how that all ties into this transhumanism.
Yeah,
and it's
for
like
sure.
it's like the religion. And I did a little search, and I came across the fact that there is a religion that a former Google engineer created. It's called the Way of the Future.
What?
And I know, it's so crazy. And their plan is to worship AI and to look to it as mankind's caretaker and guide.
What's it called? The religion, the way of the future?
Way of the future. So anyway, but in their vision of transhumanism, there's just no aspect of what it means to be human, made in God's image, right? And these people have a lot of power. And I'm not saying, did you just, you just found it. Yeah. See?
Wow.
They're trying to replace God in so many things they're doing. But, it's just right there.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
And,
what was the name of the book that you mentioned?
It means God man, Homo Deus, Deu. It's Latin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the book, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Way of the Future Church will have its own gospel called the Manual.
Mm-hmm.
Public worship ceremonies and probably physical place of worship. The idea behind his religion is that one day, not next week or next year, sufficient advanced artificial intelligence will be smarter than humans and will effectively become a god. Part of it being smarter than us means it will decide how it evolves, but at least we can decide how we act around it. I would love for the machine to see us as its beloved elders that it respects and takes care of. We would want this intelligence to say, humans should still have rights, even though I'm in charge. Wow. This is
pretty wild. So really, it's not the AI, it's the people who design it. And it always comes down to a biblical versus a secular worldview. And so we know where they're coming from. But I'm going to totally disagree with that. And they like this idea. They want to believe it. But AI does have its limitations.
Look at this headline. Elon Musk claims we only have a 10% chance of making AI safe. And eviscerates people who discuss AI gods. Like that is super nuts.
Mm-hmm. As far as it being more intelligent, it does very low level intelligence things better than we do and faster. It organizes, it stores, it can do this in chess, it takes information and it uses it. But those are things that we do. That's not who we are.
Exactly.
And so at its worst, it moves us to like a utilitarian function at its worst. But okay, so then I know it's like really early and we're having coffee and
it's coffee and conspiracies.
I don't want to go too crazy on y'all, but I came across this concept. It's called Gödel's incompleteness theorem. Is that too much for coffee and conspiracy?
Gödel's incompleteness theory?
Yeah. And it suggests the system, it's a quote, can never become more complex or more capable than its originator. Okay? I mean, we can see that with God. We're made in his image. We cannot become greater. They're
Can you
trying.
repeat that?
It suggests the system can never become more complex or more capable than its originator. So, and it's interesting because I think he's a mathematician, philosopher, and he believed that there are statements that although we can input properly, he called it the oracle at the time because it was 1931, but AI. So we can put it in properly, but AI cannot evaluate to decide if it's true or false. So
that is true. It's based off of the algorithm that's put in.
Exactly. And although they're highly advanced, obviously, or I call it that, there's no emotional intelligence. And they may have an understanding of how humans behave, but they just, it's very narrow and specific. So as much as those people would like to, and it might be part of their push that it's more intelligent, it knows better, you need to follow its guidance, which they're programmed. It's like,
well, honestly, we proved when we did our chat GPT that it's only going to give you information that whoever built the algorithm allows it to. So it can be definitely biased based. And honestly, we also talked in the last show about how AI needs specific data sets to learn from. The machine learning learns from data, it doesn't learn from people or emotions. It learns from data. And if the data is incomplete, if it's not every data from every different view, it's not going to learn factually, right? So,
and do you think these people are putting in a biblical worldview?
Yeah,
do you think they are?
So, yeah, if there's not a bit, exactly.
A human worldview when their whole idea of the world is this transhumanist, and we know humanism, and we know that they're pushing us toward that, but there's just no way that it can compete with our empathy, with our
it can't compete with our empathy. And honestly, like if the only data set it has is from news, for example, if the only data it has, let's just use a topic like January 6th. So if the only news sources it's given is saying that the people who attended the protest are extremists, the model will come back and tell you that people who are conservative are extremists and dangerous. But if it doesn't have the data that shows other points of view, then it's not going to necessarily give you facts. It can be incorrect. So
absolutely.
But I just want to point out that 50 Cube commented that his utility company started doing the personalized videos explaining his bill.
Wow.
Just going back to that. So obviously probably saying your name, 50 Cube, and saying, like, hey, Carrie, let me talk about your bill today. Here's what you've used. Yeah. Anyway,
I see that as what they're doing with AI is they're trying to humanize it, right? And at the same time, it kind of conversely dehumanizes mankind. And I had the thought about social media, and we're on it every day, we love it, but think about our avatars. It's like, it's a cute frog or it's a flower or not, but we have these avatars that are this buffer, right? And it's like often in social media, it's the left against the right and and attack. And I think that technology, it kind of removes us from the fact that there's a person
behind
that. Of course, there are bots and people, spammers and all that, but there's a person. And so it's just,
It's true. Some people are arguing that, and I'm not necessarily for this, but a lot of people are arguing about debating, not arguing, debating about the fact that people online should represent themselves and not be anonymous. And I disagree with that, because you've got a personal life, you have other people that you work with. Some people have jobs where their employer might judge them for whatever they're interested in from an ideological standpoint.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And even if we did that, think about it, because it's a technology, it's through a computer, a screen, that's the interface, people would still attack. It's like, would you?
I know, yeah, but
behave like that in person?
The argument is knowing there's, how you said there's a person behind that avatar. They're not always, Carrie. There are bots.
That's what I mean, and that's why I put in that caveat. No, it's true. There are a lot, as we have discovered in the recent.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, good discussion. Should we look at some more of the AI tools? Okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people probably use Kapwing for some memeing and stuff like that. Kapwing, which is or Kapwing, sorry. I always call it Kapwing for some reason, but it's Kapwing, KAPWING.com. They've got an image generator similar to what we were just looking at, which I'll click on these and see if we can see some examples, but they can create a video generator, enter a topic, get a video, use GPT, and create a stylized, summarized video about any topic for social media. So there's a lot of tools for creating social media content. Dolly, which I'm going to pull up, is OpenAI has ChatGPT. They also have an image generator. And I'm going to show you Dolly images. I tried to get them to create Pepe. I used the literal term Pepe, and they wouldn't pull up Pepe the frog. So I started describing a frog with red lips and black eyes. I'll show you what came up.
Okay.
And then there's a script generator, so you can get ideas for scripts for your videos. Here's the thing, though. We tested this for one of our podcasts. One thing I liked is we had a lot of content we wanted to do. And the nice thing, after entering in all the content, ChatGPT created a script for me. I never follow a script when we have our podcast, but I just wanted to see what it would show. But it helped determine like bullet points or what segments we actually wanted, just from a short standpoint. But the script is like not in our voice. So I would never use a ChatGPT script for a video or anything else. It's just not your personality. It's where the humanism doesn't come in, right?
But it does give you a full look at all the aspects of a particular topic.
Yeah, actually, maybe I should come back to Kapwing and just pull that up real quick. I just want to make sure I remember where I'm at here. Where is yeah, I'm gonna pull this up and show you. So let's see, what should we ask ChatGPT to write us a script for? What was that yeah, write me a script for a podcast talking about how some people, want a technology AI religion. Let's see what ChatGPT does, huh?
This should be good.
Make it 5 minutes long with 3 separate segments. Okay, let's see what it does. So we don't have a podcast that's audio only, but I do want to describe because the screen is pretty small. Maybe I can expand the screen actually, make it bigger. There we go. There we go. So it says intro music, the host. Welcome to Digital Frontiers, the podcast where we explore the implications of emerging technologies on society and culture. See, I would never start like my podcast with a chat GPT. That's just not our voice. Segment 1, defining AI religion. And it says host doctor. There's even a script. They invented a fake doctor.
Whoa. Wow.
Dr. Cassidy. So the host says, but first, what is AI religion? And explains it. And then the guest, Dr. Cassidy, whoever that is, says, thank you, Taylor. Who's Taylor?
Taylor's the host.
Isn't this amazing? Segment 2, the appeal of AI religion. Okay, that's creepy that it says the appeal. Why didn't it put a negative tone on it? And then
Dr. Chen.
Segment 3, the controversy of ethical implications. Okay. So it did have that.
Okay.
So it gave me a 5-minute script. It's kind of crazy. It did it in seconds. I don't know if you guys saw how fast it created that script. But yeah, it's definitely not definitely not human. Like I don't know. It doesn't know your voice. It doesn't know who you are. And but yeah, I'll go back to the Kapwing. So basically, script generator. There's also a meme generator, which Kapwing has been kind of known for. It also can, which is not showing in here, but it can create subtitles for your videos, which is kind of cool. And then it can do a document to a video. So any long form document, like a script or an essay, can turn into a video summary with just a few clicks. I'm kind of curious about that one. Do they have an example? Well, they don't have an example video. So yeah, I just think some of these tools are crazy. So let's see. There's another one called Midjourney. And this one, I don't even, let's go to the showcase. This one has like an art generator just based on text. This one's really got some pretty interesting art that it creates. It's not like the frog or the cat with the cowboy hat that we saw. It's a little more advanced. This is midjourney.com, literally the Midjourney. Like, look at this leopard. And
I like the one above the leopard.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are just some tools if you want to play around with images.
Oh, look at the elephant.
Yeah. Get creative. That little elephant's super cute. This would be a cool tool to use for memes and stuff. And yeah, there's some interesting tools out there. So Midjourney, other tools, let's see. I want to find my well, I'll get to Dolly, I guess. What is this one? DID, digital people text to video, interactive avatars that can talk pretty much. It's almost like a digital robot. I don't know if they have examples, but this one is d-id.com. So just like the title you see up at the top here, d-id.com. I'm not going to get into that one too much. And yeah, I think I've got more from our show. I have bookmarks in different places. Some are in my tools area of some of the tools that I actually use. And then some are, there's a documentary about AI. I'm obviously not going to play the whole documentary. but it's kind of interesting. It's called In the Age of AI. It's by Frontline. So it's Frontline PBS that you might want to go check out. And Stanford University also has a talk on spilling the blood of a Silicon Valley unicorn. It's talking about AI. Just another. I just thought I'd pull up a couple of documentaries that folks might want to check out. But here's an interesting one that I will play.
I just learned something pretty terrifying. The Panera in St. Louis, Missouri, has started taking palm scans as payment. So I was trying to figure out palm scans. I mean, that means that they'd have to put something in the palm, but people really haven't started that. I mean, the technology is there. It's a technology that Amazon has started. Mm-hmm. It's your palm print.
Oh. So I don't know if it's something, I don't think it's something they insert, but it's kind of like your fingerprint. So AI can recognize, like there's AI to recognize your pupils,
Mhm.
you know, and now your palm print. Everybody has a unique palm print, I guess.
Yes.
But paying for, and this is, I checked it out because I'm like, is that for real? Yep. CBS News even talked about palm scanning technology for its loyalty program.
They're using it in some Whole Foods. I haven't noticed it because I don't shop there.
Oh.
But I saw videos of it, and everybody using it was really excited about it. So
now, how could you get excited about that?
They don't know.
You know why? Here's what
convenience.
Exactly what we brought up earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly, Moxie. Exactly.
And it's funny, the whole convenience thing. I was going to say something when we were talking about it earlier, but we moved on pretty quickly from it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You have to interrupt us.
The whole thing is, if you notice, going to grocery stores, there's a certain price for foods. And then when you go to a convenience store, you pay a little bit more, but you don't have to walk the entire grocery store when you go there.
That's why it's called convenience store.
And people are willing to pay for convenience.
You know, that is a really good analogy, Moxie.
Mm-hmm.
But what are we willing to pay for convenience?
What are we willing to pay for convenience? Exactly.
Well, it's the same thing that we dealt with during the last few years. You know, what are we willing to give up to be safe?
Yep. It started with that whole Patriot Act. Their excuse for putting the Patriot Act in, which was the impetus of taking away our privacy. And it was in the name of safety. And I know we're going to do a show on 9/11, but it's all like 9/11 sparked all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So you wonder if, since it's coffee and conspiracies this morning, you wonder if that 9/11, everything that happened on 9/11 wasn't intentional, you know. And we're going to have a show all about 9/11 coming up. I have like way too much information, but when it gets closer to 9/11, we'll have that show.
Well, it's interesting that the day before, didn't they lose like $2 or $3 trillion?
Yep.
Yeah. And then
so we'll talk
9/11. That went out of the news really fast.
Yeah. So we're spinning off of AI. So we will talk more about that in September. But yeah, this is really interesting and really good point, Moxie, about the convenience. Also, Amazon is doing the same thing. And using your palm, handless or contactless identity service, just hover to enter and you're identified and you can pay with your palm.
But like, seriously, was it that inconvenient before?
No.
you know, using a credit card, was it? And so when anything changes like that, we always have to look at who does it benefit the most. They're selling it to us that it benefits us, but who's really benefiting? And is it part of a larger agenda? That's always how my brain works.
Mm-hmm.
And it always is.
Well, and would you want them having your palm print?
No.
Like, imagine what could happen with that. If you give away your palm print, you know what they do in crime scenes is they scan, you know, objects for hand and fingerprints and palm prints to identify perpetrators. What's to say somebody couldn't nefariously get a hold of that biometric data?
You mean like take your
that
hand
these,
off?
well, these technology companies store your biometric data. If you ever use your fingerprint to log into your phone or your face, you have to accept their terms of their biometric data. They're storing your details about what your face looks like, what your print looks like. And if they get hacked, somebody has that information and can use it and recreate your handprint, maybe even on a, who knows? I mean, this is coffee and conspiracies, on a 3D printer, you know, and then use that as a glove to touch things, you know, who knows? But I'm just saying, like, in the age of AI, we have to be so careful what privacy we're willing to give up, because like people can now clone our voices, they can clone our faces.
Yeah.
And you know, you're not, pretty soon people aren't going to know what's reality. You know, you see a video, you're going to think it's that person and it could be fake.
Well, absolutely. And it's always that, what do they call it? Mission creep, you know, a little bit, you know, introduce that, and then a little bit more, introduce that. And what is the movie V for Vendetta? You know, it's like controlling the masses with just the image of a dictator, whether, I mean, it doesn't even have to be in a person who's living, but, you know, it's like getting people used to that. That is, you know, moving us toward that one world government. And anyway,
yeah,
talking about.
Yeah, the agendas are so crazy, and you just kind of maybe want to know what's behind some of that. But so just keep in mind that with all this new technology, people, there's always, no matter what new technology we have, people are going to use it for evil, and then some will use it for good. And don't assume everyone who's using the technology is bad. Because some people are using it for good, or just for productivity. Like, productivity tools are a normal thing that people look for, things to make us more productive and efficient in our work, you know.
Absolutely. And even with the technology that they put in human bodies, I mean, some of it is good. Like, it can detect a seizure that is coming. You know, there are good aspects. There always is.
Well, how many people, like, this isn't even back in the age of AI, have had what's that called that you have in your heart to get it going? The
an oblation?
No. Not, is it pacer? No, it's not.
Oh, a pacemaker?
Oh, pacemaker.
Okay.
Yes. And you know, that's like sort of smart. It sees that you need a little jump start, and you know,
there are good uses for sure.
It doesn't mean it's like the mark of the beast or anything like that, but the new stuff coming up is pretty scary. And actually, check this out. Mind reading technology decodes complex thoughts. This is neurosciencenews.com. Machine learning thought is the website, but The headline is Carnegie Mellon University scientists can now use brain activation patterns to identify complex thoughts, such as the witness shouted during the trial. This is just unbelievable to me.
Yeah, they've been working on that for a long time.
Yeah.
But, back to the mark of the beast, there's really nothing in Revelation, the book of Revelation, that indicates there's any kind of AI. However, you can see that the mark of the beast, it might be driving us to that. And there is one world government in that. And I'm, not trying to be depressed about it, but it's because it's not going to, anyway.
I would disagree and say it doesn't not say it either, because it talks about
that's what I'm saying. It's
forehead.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't, it does kind of lean toward that there's something other than just like a tattoo. You know what I mean? That there's something else. So it could be some type of advanced AI.
That you can't do commerce unless you have the
Right.
money. If you think about it, that sounds like technology, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, and then there's the two witnesses, remember, that die, but then God brings them back and the whole world sees it. How does the entire world witness that?
That's a good question.
Like
what are you thinking?
Well, there's obviously we're moving toward that. I don't think we're going to go back to the dark ages because we're going to have the pulse warfare and everything's going to be wiped out and we start over. Do you know what I'm saying? I think we will continually move toward, advancing technology, and I'm not worried about it. I just think we have to keep it in perspective and, recognize that it's the human relationships and the human aspects and what makes us who we are that are the most important.
Yeah.
And
it's so true. I do feel like this article kind of feeds into that, though, as far as trying to read people's minds. And I know some of the devices they want to put into brains is to try to, they explain it as using for good to identify either disease or help people who currently have issues do things they could never do before, like see or hear, that kind of stuff. But it is a slippery slope.
Yes.
Getting into people's minds. So it's not just now we can copy your voice, now we can copy your face, now we know your palm print, and now we can read your mind too. So no autonomy whatsoever as a human being.
Well, that's Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, the dystopian future, and I think that was written in 1934. Talks about all of that, and everyone is for everyone is for everyone. Where do we hear that? Your child is not your own; it's the communities. And I don't know if you've read that book, but it's pretty frightening. But that is kind of, once again, they're moving toward that, but I don't know. It's, again, I'm not worried about it because we're made in the image of God, and that is with dignity, and it gives us enormous worth if you think about it, and so AI is never going to replace the human mind, the human being.
No. I think some people think they can, they can create a god or.
Well, that's just an idol, that's just the same as an idol, and that is their idol, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But I mean, when we think about how much God values us, I mean, in Psalm 139, one of my favorite Psalms, regarding his thoughts toward us is, if I could count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand, so that sets us apart.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
So they're doomed to fail, these people, they're not going to replace humanity.
No, I don't think so either.
We'll try.
And I know a lot of people fear some of this stuff coming, but honestly, if you have your faith in God, then you don't fear anything that man creates. Nothing.
That's right.
We're not supposed to fear that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've got some WEF stuff I wanted to bring up real quick. The World Economic Forum, man, oh man, I got to tell you, they are into artificial intelligence. And I'm not sure if I brought this up before, but they have a ton of articles. I recommend you go to it's weforum.org /topics /artificial-intelligence and robotics. It doesn't show you the URL on my browser, so I just wanted to state that. But I think we need to pay attention to what the World Economic Forum is saying, because they always tell us what they're planning.
Yep.
They always do. So I'm not talking about supporting them. I'm talking about understanding what agenda they have. But they have, look at this, artificial intelligence for children. Let me just pull that one up, because I actually had that as one of the things in my, they have a PDF. I think I might have pulled this up before. Let me make it bigger. It's a toolkit designed to help companies develop trustworthy artificial intelligence for children. Oh, can you not see it? Darn it. Hang on. How did it opened in a new window? Sorry. Let me paste it and go back. All right, let me make it bigger. Toolkit designed to help companies develop trustworthy artificial intelligence for children and youth. So they've got all this guidance for company or for different companies, and they're after the kids.
Of course, we know that now. We've seen it.
They are after the kids. And let's see what we've got here. I think I might have shown some of this information in the past, but I'll just show this chart real quick. So back in the 2000s, there weren't many AI papers, but there's tens of thousands of published papers on AI now. So it's big. It's a big trend happening right now. And I think we need to pay attention to what the World Economic Forum is doing, saying, planning. And let's see what else I got here. Did I already bring this up? Yeah, this is similar to what we were showing before, but they're working on deep image reconstruction from human brain activity. So they're monitoring the brain activity, and they know what, because volunteers don't volunteer for these programs, people. Don't volunteer for these studies.
It's just more information they're getting. I mean, think about it. They're already listening.
Yes.
They're listening on through our phone, probably through our smart TVs. They see what we are searching for. They have a lot of information.
They see where we're going. Okay, so
they can already kind of read our minds, and that's just one creepier step toward controlling it.
You know what is pushing a lot of, besides the stuff we've shown that's like World Economic Forum and global agenda, but a lot of things that have pushed a lot of our privacies going away through machine learning, which is learning your behaviors, your even your schedule and what things you do, where you shop. All of that stuff is marketing. Advertisers.
Oh, they sell that information?
Well,
it is the most valuable commodity in the world.
Yes.
It is.
It is. And it's so that people can be targeted for personal advertising. I know anytime I'm on a site or I go into privacy settings, I turn off personalized ads. I do not want personalized content. That's how they present it in a nice way. Like, oh, you'll see only things you're interested in. It's like, no, I don't want to see that. So I shut
YouTube
it.
does that.
Huh?
YouTube puts up ads.
Everybody does. Even sites we love do that.
Yeah.
I turn it off everywhere.
It's rampant.
It is rampant. Anyway, that's all I have for the tools. I think I think I have more, but I don't want to waste your time while I'm searching.
I just want to say, if a service or something is free, you are the product.
Absolutely.
Like Facebook, you are the product.
Yeah.
You produce information they sell.
Yep.
Well, and it's also, we know that the feds, in there, can view our messages. And so it's just data collection, it's just, and people just put out their photos and their families and, just everything, here
Well,
you go.
you know what I was watching? I don't know. This might have been it's like 7 or 8 years ago. There was some special on TV talking about how big tech tracks your data even when you tell them not to. So this person was, and it was probably on some mainstream media actually show, like a Dateline or something. I don't know. But this person did a test, and they had Google Google, tracking your moves, so it could show you, like where things are near you, like coffee shops, that kind of stuff. And then he turned off the tracking and literally turned off his phone and went to different places, drove around, and then went back and pulled up his data because he had some kind of software engineer helping, like, deep dive into the analytics that were on his phone. Google was still tracking him with the phone off.
Wow.
The phone was off.
I'm not surprised. And I'm pretty sure it was Facebook that even when you're not logged in, it was actually spying on all your other apps on your phone. Like your
Not only that, if you don't have an account on Facebook and you just happen to go to their site, they track everything you do.
Yeah. So I don't have Facebook on my phone, and I really have my account there is nothing to speak of. It's really anyway.
It doesn't matter though. Google's tracking you.
That's true.
Some of these big tech companies have auto installed on your phone.
What about a VPN when you search with that? Do you think
I think VPN is good. They talk about using the Tor browser for privacy because it's completely encrypted.
So you don't think they can still track that with AI today?
I don't think so. If you're using Tor, absolutely not. If you're using VPN, there might be ways around that.
I don't know what Tor is, so I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay. It's how you access what they call the dark web. But no, it's actually a way to be able to browse around the internet completely privately. It's completely encrypted.
Okay.
Yeah. So any other final thoughts that you guys have on AI? Does anybody have any comments in chat of things you'd like to talk through?
I've got nothing.
You got nothing? I had too much this morning, but yeah, it's kind of nice to relax and have coffee with y'all and share some conspiracy theories. Are you out?
You're out? Uh-oh.
For like the last 10 minutes.
I used a cup the size of my head so that I wouldn't run out of coffee during the show.
I love it.
So this is going to be my go-to for any Saturday morning coffee and conspiracies. Yeah, no, anybody who's joining us or who did join or is joining us later, thank you so much for watching. Please, should I turn on do you guys want to talk about your social media where people can find you? Oh, Carrie, you don't have yours entered. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I'm on Telegram as Nev's channel, Nev's on Truth Social, and Nev's TV on Twitter. How about you, Moxie?
I'm on Truth Social as A Rose is a Rose, and on Twitter as Angela Moxie, but not really there because I'm rarely ever on Twitter. I live on Telegram.
Yeah.
So,
and Carrie, most people can find you with your name.
Yep, that's it. It's my name on Truth Social, and then on Twitter, Carrie Genevieve 1, because I think the account that was banned, that I just created a new account, but that was Carrie Genevieve. So we just add a 1.
Yeah.
To that. But again, I'm like you, Moxie. I only just created that recently, and I'm not really doing that much.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Please, if you like this show, give us a thumbs up or subscribe. We're on most of our followers are on Rumble, but we do also have a YouTube channel, but they've taken down 3 of our videos so far. So not sure how long that's going to last. And also on Twitter. And thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful weekend. I'm so happy it's the weekend.
Yeah, enjoy the weekend, friends. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
For your support.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright